What's going on? How y'all doing? So the video gonna be about how Charlemagne issued an apology to Kwame Brown. And I don't want to spend a lot more time talking about this because I'm not one of those kind of people that wants to get into this whole, you know, uh, sort of thing. I do watch shows where people talk about for a living by other people because I like to be entertained. But I like it when they're talking about the inner workings of said industry, like when they're talking about how people are being used, like when they're talking about it in a means that this is what you have to do to sacrifice. Charlemagne has just been a Wendy Williams offshoot that has been using it to put folks down. There's a difference between putting someone down when you're talking about their situation as opposed to going personal. And I always said you don't go personal. If you want to say that Kwame Brown did not live up to his, compared to Shaquille O'Neal, compared to, said, Tim Duncan, players that had all-stars, rings, etc. career, that's fair. I'll be the first to admit I said that about it. He got drafted by Michael Jordan, and that comes with that weight. That's cool. But I haven't spent no time talking about Kwame Brown in a recent memory. I don't talk about, you don't spend around time talking about folks, and you sure don't dig up stuff in their personal business. You see, when you're in that kind of limelight, you got to be careful what you say. Because people got feelings, they got family, they got people out here. And they'll let you know in some form or fashion how it go down. I've never been big on Charlemagne, no way. I just think that he's a smoocher just like Oprah, Gail, and them others. So I'm not in that. So his apology to me was more about him trying to, because his behind's got a case. You see. One of the things I will say this about Kwame Brown's thing that I do applaud about Kwame Brown is this, and come pertains to being black, is this. You got to keep lifting brothers and sisters up. Jalen Rose brought up a good point. Back in the 80s and what have you, in the early 90s, there was the three Michaels. Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, and Michael Jordan. And you wanted to be the Michaels. Everybody can't be that. So if your career or what have you does it, that doesn't mean, there are tiers to this. I'd be the first to admit, I say first, second, third tier. There's tiers. That don't mean that you can't like somebody. And it don't mean that they weren't successful. And just because you see somebody blowing up, that don't mean that everything is roses and cream, because people got bills, they got handlers. People's lives is more intriguing from the outside. It's like when you're looking through your neighbor's window. It look more appealing from looking through here than being inside sometimes. You don't know. So Charlemagne got caught peeping through thinking. But he don't know how Kwame Brown's life has been. Kwame Brown has been low-key. He's obviously taking care of himself financially, doing quite well for himself. A lot of the successful former athletes, people who some of them gamble, some were hard to, but some of them done quite well for themselves. They stocked their bonds. They got into some finances that they've taken quite care of themselves. It's how you handle your money. It's not how much money you make, it's how you handle your money. Because just because you've seen the 99 commercials and you grinning and cheesing and shuffling your feet does not mean that you got that full bag, you see. So it's how you handle your business, So his apologies, empty calories. It's fake, And the thing about it is, Kwame don't have to apologize. No, Kwame got all them running scared now. Stephen A. Smith, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, all them running scared. Why they running scared? Because they picked on a man they thought was wounded and soft, and they thought that he was down on this. Kwame Brown ain't asked for nothing. His career, he went off into the sunset. God's blessed that man. He's got a family, taking care of his business. That's with anybody. Wherever you working or what you doing, as long as you keeping your lights on and your bills, a roof over your head, you don't have to apologize for nobody. People got this pseudo expectation of what? God gives you breath every day, gives you lights to see, gets you a chance to function. That is riches right there. Stop being so materialistic. That's what happened. You getting around here judging somebody, you ain't walked in their shoes. You don't know the pain, the heartache, what they've gone through. You see, be it playing ball. If you're going to work every day, or you can take care, you're fed well, you're taking care, you're watching yourself, watching others, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're already rich. This material thing, first of all, I like how Kwame, basically what is the message and the meaning is simple. Stop letting white world dictate your soul. It's fool's gold. It don't last long, and it ain't cracked up to be what it's cracked up. But a lot of these cats out here, and some of these sisters too, some of them got Sammy Davis Jr. shoes on. They be tap dancing. They ain't got no tapping in them, but they be tap dancing. Nobody asked them to do the Sammy Davis Jr., but they do it. Charlemagne is a tap dancer. I don't think he can dance per se, but he think he's Sammy Davis Jr. Apology is weak, yo. You know. You can diss his career, his stats on the court. But to mess with that man's personal, and you don't know how he living, and you don't know what he been through and how it is. It ain't for everybody to hear. Because Kwame Brown, last I checked, he wasn't pulling a Kardashian. He wasn't pulling a Kanye. He wasn't where everybody's airing out. And even Kanye keeps his business to a certain extent. Nobody know. So people need to pull their coat up on that. All right, that's my thoughts and takes about Charlemagne's weak apology attempt to Kwame, because it ain't real. Give me your thoughts, your takes. Hit the like, that, subscribe. We can talk about this. Because like I said before, you don't have to fake the funk. You just need to keep it real. I'm out.